What's up, guys? Welcome back to Watch Chris. I am Chris, and if you have not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing if you haven't already. I really very much appreciate it. Today, we're taking a look at a watch that very much surprised me. It's a Timex, and it has all the specs that I have said for a very long time they should put into one watch. This is probably one of the best dive watches that they have ever made. And it has its own style. The strap on this watch is something special. I'm really happy that Timex decided to make this watch. So, of course, I have one to show you guys. I have the red version, which I think is probably the cooler out of the two. Let's flip the camera and take a look at the new Timex Tiburón 200-meter dive watch. Today we're taking a look at a watch that I think is one of Timex's best releases of 2023. It's called the Tiburón. It went completely under the radar. It was very quietly released, and I think they should have promoted this a little bit more because it is a fantastic watch at a great price with great specs and some really great little details that make it special. I'm going to go through all those details in this video. I'm going to start with the case. So the case here is in stainless steel, so you're getting a stainless steel case, crown, case back, and bezel. However, I believe that they've put a ceramic bezel on this watch. So usually they don't mention the bezel material on Timex's website. However, this looks and feels like ceramic. So the bezel insert, I believe, is ceramic. I'm not sure if that's a first for Timex. The bezel action is excellent. Let's listen to the bezel action. It really does sound very good. One of the best that I have heard, not only from Timex, but for brands that cost a lot more than this watch. Very precise clicks, very pronounced clicks. It sounds fantastic and feels really just as equally as good as it sounds. The dial here is a matte black dial. You have the diver down flag right there. That is applied right above the 6 o'clock position. And then you have applied indices, the hands, the indices, those are all applied with Super Luminova. You have the date at the 3 o'clock, you get a Cyclops, and you get a sapphire crystal. So this does have a sapphire crystal. You also get a hacking, hand winding 8 series Miyota movement inside. They call it something else, but essentially this is a Miyota movement inside. And you do get to see the movement from the back. So you do have a screwed in crown and a screwed in case back, but it does get a custom rotor. So the rotor is actually signed with the Timex name. There's some information about the watch all the way around that case back. And like I said, it is screwed in and stainless steel. I'm not sure if this is a sapphire crystal as well. I probably would doubt that, but who knows? They've put a lot of thought into this watch. It could be. The strap on this watch is excellent. You have quick release, and of course this is a red version. They make a black version as well. The black version gets a blue bezel, I believe, but you also get that diver down flag on the strap. And it is not just a glued on piece of plastic. It's actually made out of metal, and I believe it's enameled. Flip it over and it's held in with a large screw. That large screw is also PVD coated, just like the buckle, the case, the crown, the case back, the bezel. So it's keeping with the theme, the color here. So really, attention to detail. I really like that. It also says Timex right here. Nice little touch. The buckle is really nice. It's large, it's signed, it has a big tab on the underside. I'll show you how that works in just a second. This is a 44 millimeter watch, so I would imagine a lot of people are going to complain about that and maybe the Cyclops. But it does wear like a true 44 millimeter watch. It doesn't wear larger than that. You have really nice finishing on the case. As you can see, as I turn it on its side, it's 14 millimeters thick, but you do have some really nice beveled edges here with really high polish on it. Looks great, and the sides are brushed. That goes for both sides of the watch. It looks really good. The crown is awesome. The crown has this little arrow on it. It's in red. It matches the strap. I really like that. And it's extremely grippy. It's around 7.2 millimeters. I think I mentioned that it's 14 millimeters thick, and then the lug span is around 50 millimeters. So that is a large number. However, on my wrist, I have a 7.5 inch wrist. this wears well. But I really do love this crown. The knurling on it, it's really easy to use. Just a really nice crown. And there is a lot of superluminova on this dial. You have that fence post hand for the hour. You also have a lollipop on the second hand that has superluminova in it. And then the minutes hand is an arrow, again, with superluminova in it. All it says on the dial is Timex up at the top, right below the 12 o'clock. And then right at the bottom of the dial, it just says automatic 200 meters, nothing else. So they resisted the urge to put more information. I really do appreciate that. I think if they came out with this in a 40mm version, they would probably sell millions of them. But right now, we currently only have this in a 44mm version, in a black and blue version or a black and red version. So hopefully, Timex, if you're listening, a 40mm version, I think, would probably sell out immediately. Talking about selling out immediately, these are actually currently available on their website. It comes in at $349. That is a very good price, but if you are new to Timex and you sign up with an email, they give you 15% off. I'm not sure if that applies to this watch, but if it did, it would bring this watch below $300, and that is a phenomenal price for this watch. On my wrist today, I have another Timex in honor of this video. It's one of my favorite Timexes. This is the Huckberry Limited Edition. This is on a strap habit canvas strap or sailcloth strap. It looks phenomenal. It's a sort of a tan color. It goes really well with that dark dial. It's sort of a dark gray dial with that orange accent on the second hand. Great looking watch, sort of an explorer style. I absolutely love it. So there you go, 7.5-inch wrist. This is around a 44mm watch. It wears like a 44mm watch. It's 14mm thick, but it sits really well on my 7.5-inch wrist. That 50mm lug span doesn't really bother me at all. It wears really well. It does not come near the edges of my wrist. The strap on here is awesome. Essentially, the way that this works is it just plugs right into one of these holes. So the keeper that tab sinks into one of those holes, and then you take the excess and fold it into or under the strap right where that diver down flag is. That's it. Very easy, very comfortable. I'm sure they took inspiration from, smart watches or something like that, but the execution here is really done well with that stainless steel PVD coated buckle. It looks great. It feels great. Very comfortable, very practical, very secure, especially since this is a dive watch. Well, there you go. The lume is excellent on the indices. It's a little less applied to the hands. However, they are very bright as well. And then you have that lume pip, gives you orientation in the dark. You could time things in the dark as well. And then of course, the second hand has a little bit of lume on it, which you guys know I love. All in all, I am very impressed with this watch, especially considering the price. And I really do like what Timex is doing here. I've been hoping for Timex to come out with a watch like this. Now, all they need to do is come out with this in a 40mm version and maybe a 42mm version, and everyone will buy one because I think it's really cool. Maybe if they even come out with one with just a stainless steel case, no PVD coating, I think that would be a little bit more of a crowd pleaser as well. Tell me what you think of this watch down in the comments below. What do you think of what Timex are doing here? Are you impressed with this watch, or as impressed as I am? Tell me what you think down in the comments below. I want to hear from you guys. Please also don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell icon. It's super helpful for the channel, and I very much appreciate it. Anyway, guys, thank you for logging on. I'll catch you guys in the next video.